Yeah.
What is the bone-brain axis?
Well, if we just talk about, just choose one of the proteins that bone makes, osteocalcin. So as that's released into the bloodstream, one of the places it goes is into the brain, and it can aid in the neuroprotective effects. So what does that mean? Under normal metabolism, we um, develop free radicals
See,
due to
I did
normal
a live
metabolism.
a
So
Bible study on the other page, I think,
we develop oxidative
at
stress,
2:22 a.m.
and
We were on
osteocalcin
for about an hour,
helps to decrease
and
that oxidative damage to
there's
those nerve
a few
cells in
people
the
in
brain
there.
so
I
that
saw
they
it
work.
had like
Number
100 something
two,
views, but
it
it
stimulates
wasn't that many
the
that was in
release of
the.
something called brain-derived
Oh, I'm not
neurotrophic
trying to do
protein,
Siri.
BDNF factor,
Oh, this is
which
weird. The new
stimulates the
iPhone
growth
has
of neurons in a part of the
Siri
brain
in
called the
the.
hippocampus, which is involved in memory.
That's
And
weird. It's glowing like
here's
around the
the opposite
border.
side of it. We know in
What's
people
happening?
that have low bone density,
Okay,
they
so
also have higher brain cognitive dysfunction with
I
age and
hear,
vice versa. There's an
I
association.
see the aging doctor at 3 a.m. This is posted. So this is posted when I went live. I don't think they normally post at this hour. These are the early signs of arthritis. If you run, don't do this. I thought I was just watching something about creatine, the truth about creatine. I'm not sure how I get. Did he change the title? Or was that just on the thumbnail? Oh, yeah, there's on the thumbnail. So I didn't, it's a long video. It's like 2 hours, an hour and 45 minutes. I take creatine sometimes. I haven't taken it in like a couple weeks because it can make you look really bloated in the face and in the waist. And if you're really trying to like look your best, feel your best in your body, and be like most confident with your looks and your weight and everything, that it can throw you off for a few days. Um, so I was curious what he was gonna say about creatine, real quick, but I'm like dozing off and like got the phone in the hand, like trying to listen for them to start talking about creatine. They haven't started talking about creatine yet, and it's a long video. So, but I guess he's talking about the aging doctor. She's talking about signs of arthritis. Someone in the comments is even like, "Why homeboy posting at 3 a.m.?" Right. So what I'm hearing is, okay, this woman looks old. So let me post a video on old people. I saw someone else. There's a few people that mentioned, you know, are going through, I don't know, a situation where the internet is like pointing out the signs of aging, or, just being cruel and wicked, insensitive. Like the internet can be, of course, as if it's not a normal bodily function to, not even a bodily function, but the natural process of life, the cycle of life is that we age, right? And it's like even someone pointed out, they said, "Oh, Halle Berry, she's aged." I'm looking like, oh, clearly everybody ages, but I'm seeing, like, from looking at her, she looks really good. She really doesn't even look like she's aged to me, from we're both looking at the same image of her in real time. I'm thinking, what makes a person say that? I mean, we all age. I age, you age. Yes, of course she aged. But it wasn't like she aged to the point where it's necessary for someone to point out that she's aged. It's like, I said, she looks really good, despite the fact that she is aged. I mean, do we say someone has aged as if we all haven't? As if to imply that they've aged badly? Or in our mind, do we sometimes want to hold somebody to a version of them they were 20 plus years ago? Uneffing realistic. I mean, I've told my age before. I was gonna give my age just now, and I said no. There's too many trolls, you know. I don't get if it becomes necessary for me to give my age, fine. But I don't just volunteer information, like personal information anymore, because like anything you say can and will be used against you in these YouTube streets is what I'm coming to learn. It could be something innocent, like not even you're thinking nothing can come of this, right? You don't even have to say anything. You can just show up um, with hair out of place, or you're just anything, right? You're gonna get criticized for the way you talk, the way you dress, the way your hair looks, your age, your skin, like your relationship status, even when they don't know. You get criticized and critiqued like for everything. This is why guys say to work towards living a peaceable and quiet life. That is gonna be like the bar, right? As a society, as a people, as a nation, like work to live quiet, peaceable lives, because the more one talks, the more likely they are to say something foolish. That's Robert Greene. That's not the Bible. But, and that's very true. In a multitude of words, or when the more a person talks, sin is not lacking. Like, you're almost ensuring the fact you're going to say something that is sinful, like slandering your neighbor, or slandering, someone. Even if they are a stranger, there are still ways that we're supposed to treat them according to the Bible, not oppress them. I mean, in the same, like for enemies, right? We treat them with the level of decency. Not only that, as family, we should receive them, because we were once strangers in, was it the land of Egypt? And we, now that, if the situation is reversed where there are strangers among us, well, God says in His Word that we should not oppress them, and we should even receive them as family. So, again, like loving others as we love ourselves. Same way we're supposed to love our wives, our husbands, like we're loving ourselves. And I don't know, it's just like a cruel, this world is just really, it's just become a really cruel place, you know. And then I'm watching and I'm like, okay, I think I had makeup or something on my hand, because for some reason I kept like feeling a need to itch right where the part is on top of my head. And I forgot that this was white. So I'm like, oh, already I just want to take that video down and like redo it, because I see that makeup spot on my white scarf. And matter of fact, yeah, I think I'm gonna just like redo it. I think I'm gonna redo it because of that one little spot is bothering me, because I didn't wash my hands unless I did this before. I don't know when I did it, but I know that I just like washed this like a couple of days ago. But I know that there's only makeup that when I do that, and I get like, where is it at? Yeah, there's makeup right there. So I'm seeing that. I'm just like, people ridicule and they talk so much as they tie tea. that I see stuff like that, and I'm just like, you know what, just throw the whole thing away and just start over. And it was like an hour long Bible study, but yeah, I feel like I'm at that point where I don't want to put out work that if I'm gonna feel like self conscious about it, because I do not, let's be straight, I do not feel self conscious about this spot at all. Now that I see it, I will, because I obviously can't see the top of my head when I'm reading, looking down, and I was just making sure that I had this all the way right here. I wasn't worried about that part, but now I'm like, anything that's going to be a distraction to the infidels on the YouTube, who are going to just put a magnifying glass on something that they notice, even if I already noticed and I say, okay, yeah, I noticed that my wig was a little back. I don't care. Who am I trying to impress, right? I already have the prize, if, if I'm saying that right. So people will still vex you to death, and they want you to know, oh, yeah, I saw that. And so what? You can't hold water. You can't hold nothing. You gotta, because you saw, you gotta run and be first to the internet. I mean, I'm just talking like, just out loud, just thinking out loud. Because you saw something, I'm not talking to anybody in particular, but it's just food for thought. I see it too, and I know it too. If there might be, like, when you have lipstick on your teeth, and you know you're meeting someone for lunch and they don't tell you, but or your girlfriend sees it and she doesn't tell you. Yeah, that might be a little shady, but for the most part, you know, I don't know. I guess I could see if I had lipstick on my teeth. That's not a good example because I'm recording myself. But you have tissue stuck to the bottom of your shoe when you're leaving the ladies' room. You would want somebody to tell you that, like privately, right? But what happened to the days where sisters just help, one another to adjust their crown without trying to, like, outshine them or embarrass them, or just one up them, but sincerely, genuinely, like out of love, you pull your sister to the side. That's when you do it in love, and that's what the Bible says: go privately to that one. And because that's an act of love, that you're not trying to blast someone in front of the congregation, in front of the world, in front of just strangers, in front of anyone. You go privately, right? But people think that they're more effective because they sit on the platform. No, you wouldn't be getting the views if you went privately. Or maybe you're too cowardice to go privately. I don't know. But this is how people who are given a reprobate mind, they just keep doing the same thing over and over. And even though God says go to them privately if they offend you, and work it out. And if they listen, you will have gained yourself a brother or sister in the faith. But is that what we do? I don't know. Whatever lie we need to tell ourselves to where we feel most comfortable. It's more comfortable to sit on our own platform where we've got the home court advantage, of course, and our audience who's going to maybe be on our side. If you're looking for people to agree with you, it's just more convenient to sit on your own platform and point the finger at somebody else who you may not even know. There's the foolishness that I see a lot when people don't even know the person personally, and they're sitting there like scolding them like a child, you know, with 60,000 subscribers or whatever. And it's just like, Will these people ever learn? Will they ever see what they are doing? Do they care? We know where they got that from. The Gentiles, they lack the empathy. They have spiritual apathy, and we're told to that we must no longer behave like the heathen Gentiles. So, oh, there's 11 of you. I gotta go delete that video now. Or should I leave it up? It's early. I think I already had like 50 views, so if you're gonna watch it, you better watch it, because I don't know, I might make it private so I can figure out. Philippians chapter 1. We're gonna do that one again, I think. If I would have pre-recorded it, I definitely would not have. I would just say I'm just gonna redo it. But it's already live and I've already had views, and it's like no big deal. But I just be like, you know what? I don't feel like hearing the extra, the just it's just childish to me. It's like people feel like, oh, I gotta let you know that you can't hold water, you can't hold a secret, you can't hold nothing. You gotta be the first to do a video. And I'm not talking about the one who did the video on arthritis. I don't have arthritis, by the way. The aging doctor. These are the early signs of arthritis. If you run and don't do this, start now. It's too long. I'm not going to finish it right now because I'm going to get a little bit of rest and wake up. And I don't know, depending on the number of views, I might do that one over. I might just leave it though. I might just leave it. But I'm going to wash this spot out with my Tide stain remover, and it'll be fine. But I wish I caught it before I uploaded it. But anywho, that's all I was going to jump on here and say. I'll see you guys anyways on the next one. I don't know what time yet. Maybe 9. Right? Peace. Shalom.